Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. So today this is probably the first time I'm shooting from my car, but I guess that's something you have to do on YouTube. You got to do at least a video in your car. But today is going to be a fun day, so I thought I would bring you along for a little bit of it. I'm not going to be able to show you too much because, let's be real here, nobody wants to see me get blood work. But today I am sitting outside of Quest Diagnostics, and I'm about to head in, and I am going to have probably the most extensive blood work I've ever had done in my entire life. I think we are testing over 100 biomarkers. I signed up for a membership with Function Health. I'll put a link in my description below, not affiliated with them at all. But as I was researching, and I've talked about this in prior videos, but as I was researching about, ways that I can determine, am I healthy or not? I'm learning more about my metabolism, the food that I'm eating, strength training, sleep, so many different key areas. But I think you need to be able to find a way to track progress. And I don't think the blood work that I have done through my regular primary care physician is extensive enough. And so I could ask him for a couple more tests, but there's no way he's going to be able to do as many as Function Health is going to, also for the cost. I mean, it's not cheap. I knew that I was going to do this year, so that's why I put a little extra money in my FSA. But I'm really excited because I think in a couple weeks, I have to have another round of blood work again done next Friday as well. But I'm just excited to see, I call it my starting point. Yes, I did lose 93 pounds on Mounjaro. I started in March of 2023. But right now, up until this point, I've really only been able to track, cholesterol, blood pressure, my weight on the scale, some things from in-body scans that I'm going to be paying more, closer attention to, thyroid. But I remember in the past when I was having some weird side effects that I was like, I think it's my thyroid. And, one would come back normal one time, and then, a couple months later, still having some of them getting a little bit more intense. And I'm like, I want to do more extensive thyroid testing. And he's like, let's just do, this level and this level, and we'll see. And, oh yeah, we need to adjust your medicine. I've never really had like full blood work done. And here's the interesting thing is that I spent some time going through in my my chart, my portal, where I can look at, for probably 10 plus years, I was looking through some of my lab work, and never once did I know, like, I've been dealing with some cholesterol issues prior to even, like, we're talking about years ago, never knew cholesterol issues were there for extended period of time. And then, also some things where I realized that they didn't really test my A1C that often. I think I only had that done 3 times in the past 15 years, but yet I battled with having so many different ailments, and my weight was escalating. And I'm just really surprised at just the lack of having a comprehensive blood panel done. So that's why I'm excited to do that today. I'm investing in my future. Like I said, it wasn't cheap, but I'm going to go in. I think they're doing about 10 to 12 vials. So I don't know if I mentioned that or not. I might have in the beginning of this, but that should be interesting. I usually don't have any issues with blood work, but yeah, I'm going to go in, I'm going to get that done. I'm going to come back. I'm going to tell you how that worked out, how I'm feeling. And then I took the morning off because I didn't know how I was going to feel after this. And then I'm also going to run because I'm very close to one of my favorite food stores, Mom's Organic Market. So I'm just going to run in there, pick up a couple things. I'll show you those things as well. But yeah, so this is kind of like a little bit of a day in the life, but just, I thought I'd bring you along because this is, like I said, one of the areas that I'm most excited for in my, road to metabolic health, road to improving my health in general in 2025. So I'll see you in a little bit. All right, I survived. It was not that bad at all. Now, granted, I don't have issues with blood work. I think the walk to and from my car was far worse than the experience. I want to just be like, shout out to Quest Diagnostics in Baltimore County. But here's the interesting thing is that when I went in there and I checked in, quick, nice, easy, registration process or whatever, and they send me back and they're like, are you here from Function Health? And I was like, yes. And I was like, was that on my chart? And they were like, yeah, it was on your chart. But I was like, do you guys typically get a lot of people from Function Health here? And they're like, yes, it's pretty popular the past couple months. And I was like shocked by that for some reason. I was like, good. People are taking control of their health and they want to learn more. But I thought it was an easy process. I'm very excited that round 1 is done. Next Friday, I have to go for round 2. For more blood work, and then I think I get results in about 2 to 3 months or 2 to 3 weeks. But the interesting thing is that I'm excited to see, do I have any deficiencies in different areas? Maybe I need to, take a certain supplement over another supplement. I haven't started my creatine or my colostrum or, some of the other supplements that I wanted to start putting into my routine because I want to have this blood work done first, because one of two things could happen. Either I need them or I don't. So I don't want to be putting money and making, guesses on certain things that I should be taking to improve my health. But I'm really, like I said in another video, I'm really excited about figuring out what my metabolic age is. I've noticed a lot of people posting on the Function Health Instagram page, like 8 years younger, 10 years, 17 years, 4 years. I'm just going to be really excited after losing 93 pounds. Taking Mounjaro, where I think my starting age was like 50, where I was really only 43, which is, that's terrible. I'm only speaking for myself. That's terrible. But anyway, I will be happy if I get my metabolic age coming back to be my real age. I don't want it to be above, but I'm not going to be disappointed if it is. But I want it to be my real age, and then I can have that as a goal to keep improving my health and maybe get like a year or 2 below. I don't think I'm going to get to 14 or 17 years below my metabolic age anytime soon. This is going to be a long journey. This is literally only a little over a week into January. I'm committed to all of further than that, but 2025 with my focus on improving my health. What does that look like for me? Improving my metabolic health, making my metabolism flexible through Lumen. But I'm just excited because I feel like this is step 1. This is step 1 of me learning what my levels are through all the blood work. I also had my in-body scan done at the gym so I can see where I'm starting with my body fat percentage and, muscle mass. And, I want to get my body fat percentage down. I want to get, build some muscle. And so I want to find things that I can track other than the number on the scale. So yeah, I'm excited. Round 1 done. Now I'm about to head to the food store. I have a bunch of things I want to pick up. I want to go today and get it done because Ravens play. I'm not a Baltimore Ravens fan, but the Ravens play tomorrow. So the food stores, this area is going to be absolutely crazy. So I just want to get some things done this morning since I took the morning off, but I will be back to show you all the things that I got from Mom's Organic Market. So I'm going to go into the groceries that I got from Mom's. But on the way back, I had to make a quick pit stop because I was just worried that too much time has gone by since I've had something to eat because I had a fast. So I did blood work Then I went food shopping, and so at that point I didn't eat anything, so I just quickly stopped and got one of my favorite smoothies. I feel like that gave me a little bit of a boost. And then I'm gonna have some like cottage cheese with some ranch seasoning and some veggies when I'm done showing you guys the groceries I got. But I typically will think about my meals, map them out on a Friday. Today's a Friday. And because I knew I was gonna be close to Mom's, because that's where my place was that I was getting my blood work from, then I was like, yesterday, let me quickly figure out what meals I'm gonna have next week. What do I wanna do this weekend? I might have some people over for the games, not sure yet. Even if not, I'm still doing my menu anyway, because I can have dinner, you know, either Saturday night, Sunday night, or, you know, I can freeze some of it, or it can just lead into the next week. But I also love to just plan out my meals, because then I can take my shopping list from it. I can see what I have in my fridge and freezer and pantry. And then I can see if I need to stock up a couple things depending on the store I'm going to. So like, for example, I'm going to Mom's. I know that they have a couple different things that say Wegmans has. So I'll pick up like 2 of them as opposed to 1. But yeah, let's get into the grocery haul, and I'll try to, I don't have them grouped out, but I'll try to talk a little bit about the meals that I'm gonna be having with them, and just try to keep this as organized as possible, but I can't make any guarantees. But yeah, so let's get into some of the things that I picked up from Mom's. First things first, there's my Rosie, always laying in the sun. There's sun spots or sun coming in, you can find her there. But yeah, so let's get into the things that I just picked up from Mom's. First thing, I always like to make sure that I have some chopsticks in my pantry. Realized I'm completely out, so I picked up 3 of them. I did pick up 4, but I ate 1 of them in Mom's as well. So now there's 3, and I'm okay with that. And so I sometimes, it depends on if I'm having protein coffee or not. I always like to just have some half and half on hand, so I picked up a nice little organic half and half grass-fed from Trickling Springs. It's kind of a close-ish by creamery. And if you like granola, and if you worry about the quality of the granola or does it have too much sugar in it, let me tell you, this Purely Elizabeth granola is the best of the best. And if you scan it into like a Bobby approved app, or was it Yuka app, it always comes up as like approved or high grades. And I've been, you know, off and on. I don't eat granola that much, but I always like to have some on hand because, you know, sometimes I'll throw it in a smoothie bowl, or I'll get to it in a minute. Finally found a Greek yogurt that I can eat on my own. Not in a smoothie, not masked with other things. I can just eat the Greek yogurt. And I'm so excited to make yogurt bowls and everything. But yeah, so I wanted to pick up some granola in case I wanted to have a yogurt bowl here and there in the next couple weeks. And then I'm all out. I always like to have some cassava flour tortillas. That goes really well with my lunch. And then I have some grass-fed beef stew cubes. Yeah, beef stew meat. That's going to be going really well with, and I'll go through my meals in a couple minutes. But I want to point out, a lot of this you'll see, yes, is it organic? Is it grass-fed or raw? Or, you know, really good ingredients? Yes, and I'm not going to come on here and preach about you should eat a certain way. I'm in a phase. This is my phase right now. I can make no guarantee where I'll be in a couple months, but right now I'm just taking a closer look at the quality of foods that I'm eating in my diet. And then I don't typically buy 4 packs. Well, in this case, I have 1 pack of boneless, skinless chicken breasts, and I have 3 packs of chicken thighs. But I eat chicken thighs for lunch. And I thought, since I'm not going to be able to make it out to my favorite farm, Springfield Farms, to get a couple things, I'm just going to stock up. I'm going to get a couple of them. I've had them before. They're really, really good. So I just was like, you know, while I'm there, let me just grab some more. And then I needed to get some mozzarella cheese and some mild cheddar cheese. These are unbelievable. And for Christmas, because I'm spoiled, I got a KitchenAid attachment to shred my own cheese. So I'm really excited for that. I've already used it. I used it for some of my lunches last week, and I can't wait to, shred a little bit of cheese for this week. And then Greek yogurt. This is my new go-to. This doesn't have like a little bit of that tangy flavor that some of them have. It's just nice and smooth. And I've been putting it in my smoothies, but I tasted it on its own the other day because, like I said, I've been trying to find Greek yogurts that I like that I could just eat on their own, that's not loaded with, sugar or other, additive, or just, I want to say, adding some fruits and stuff like that. So I decided to pick up 2 of them because Wegmans doesn't have it. And I was like, let me just, while I'm there, it's on sale, let me grab 2 of them, which is what you'll see. I got 2 almond milks, I guess you could say, as well. I only need 1 for the week, but because Wegmans doesn't sell it, I was like, let me just go ahead and pick up another one. And I'm about halfway through the box that I have, but I think I did this in my last grocery haul, but I love these. I love these crackers. They have some of the best ingredients. I typically will have a couple with some cottage cheese and veggies as a little bit of a snack, or if I need a little pick-me-up, I always just grab a couple of them to just dip. I sometimes put some ranch seasoning in my cottage cheese, and it's just so, so good. And then this, I was running low, pleasantly surprised at how much I enjoy this. It's a little bit pricey for electrolytes, but pretty much everything these days is pricey. But I usually just throw this in some water and I do some lemon or lime, and it's just so, so good. It's literally just freeze-dried coconut water. And I guess seaweed-derived calcium. But it's one of the best that you can have on the market. I can't do regular coconut water. I've tried them all. I can tolerate it, I guess you could say, but I'm just like, this one I can actually enjoy. It has just a little bit of a hint of a coconut flavor. And then this end of my grocery haul is all my fruits and veggies that I'm gonna have for the week for some of the meals that I'm making. I got some broccolini, got some garlic, an onion, celery, potatoes, a yellow and red pepper, some avocados, cremini mushrooms, and carrots. And nice little grocery haul. I see nothing but health here. I'm laughing about that because, once again, I can't wait to see the evolution. If I could just, I feel amazing, but I hope I can just keep this up and really enjoy the meals and the foods that I'm eating, and I can see the benefits of it. But yeah, so let's get into my meals for this week. So I just showed you most of the groceries that I picked up. Let me just fix this. There we go. So let's chat a little bit about my meals this week. And, I'm taking a little bit of something that I had last week and I'm just rolling it back in. But I'm trying to keep things simple this week. So this weekend, Saturday and Sunday, I'm making a beef stew. So I already had beef stock in the freezer from a butcher, John Brown's near me, that I've had in there for a couple weeks now. So I thought I'd take that out. I'm gonna make some beef stew, which is why you saw the potatoes and the carrots and the celery and a couple other little things from my grocery haul. And also the stew meat, that's why I got the beef. And Mondays and Tuesdays, I am doing sheet pan fajitas. I have already in the freezer some chicken tenders from Springfield Farms that I'm just gonna throw in a sheet pan with some peppers and onions. As you saw, I got peppers and onions from Mom's. I got some really good, clean fajita seasoning, just the seasonings, no preservatives, nothing else in it, no sugars, nothing. And I'm gonna make some rice with that. And then Wednesday and Thursday is going to be garlic and herb sheet pan. It's a sheet pan week. Garlic and herb sheet pan shrimp. And with that, I'm gonna have the broccolini that you saw in the grocery haul and the cremini mushrooms. I have the shrimp in the freezer. I've been meaning, I got it, I think like 2-3 weeks ago. I've been meaning to take it out and make it with something. So I'm gonna take that out this week and I'm gonna make a big sheet pan of some, garlic and herb shrimp. along with just the broccoli and mushrooms. And then depending on my macros for the day, that does not really necessarily, other than like the peppers or the onions, it has very little carb in that meal, very little carbs in that meal. But I can always just have, I always have a sweet potato, or I always have some rice. But depending on my macros and the workouts, I might have to just whip up a little something to go with it. So, I mean, I could even get a little bit of this pasta that I got from Italy that is like literally like 2 ingredients, and it's unbelievable. You can get them at regular food stores, like Wegmans carries it. So it's not like I'm like, I got my pasta from Italy. It's from Italy, but you can buy it here. I'm not that bougie, but I was like, I always like to just have a couple staples around, depending on my macros from Lumen. If it says you need to have some more carbs because you did a lower body day or whatever it is, I'll go ahead and just whip up a little something with it. But I always like to have at least the base. I like to have the proteins, and I like to have obviously the veggies, which are carbs, but and some fats always available. And then the carbs is just that common denominator of if I need to have any, if I already hit my amount, then I don't need it for dinner, or I just, you know, like I said, could whip up some rice, potatoes, whatever. And then Friday, I'm most likely either going out. If not, I'm just gonna take out a meal that I have frozen over Christmas. Well, for Christmas, I made a beef tenderloin with Hasselback potatoes, veggies. I made some homemade garlic knots. But anyway, I have a little meal left of a little bit of the beef tenderloin and the potato. So if I end up not going out Friday night, I'm just gonna take that out and have that for dinner. But those are my dinners for the next, I wanna say, week. And then my breakfast, because I finally found that Greek yogurt I liked, and I finally got my protein powder. I'm gonna either make some yogurt bowls or a smoothie, or I could also do a protein coffee. So I always like to have the quickest thing. If I'm just not feeling it in the morning, maybe I did my workout in the morning, I just want something simple because I need to shower and start my day, I'll just do my protein coffee. But if I have a little more time, sometimes I make a little egg bake or, you know, yogurt bowl or whatever. But yeah, so my breakfast is the only one that could possibly vary, but I know that it's either going to be like a protein coffee or a smoothie. And I'm perfectly fine having those two options and then just making that decision when I get up in the morning. And then my snack will be, I didn't have to get any more because I stocked up. I have some cottage cheese in there, but I am gonna have some cottage cheese with some of the veggies, and I'm not using all of them in the beef stew, so I'll have some carrots and celery left, so I'll have some cottage cheese, my Mary's Gone crackers, my veggies, and let's just say I have my protein coffee in the morning and I don't feel like cottage cheese, then I'll have a yogurt bowl. So it's like I have a backup for a backup if I need it. And then lunches are kind of just like a rollover for last week. And I ate these off and on towards the end of last year, and I absolutely loved it. But that's why I got the chicken thighs. So I'm gonna air fry and meal prep the chicken thighs before. I'll probably do that on Sunday before the week. And then I have the chicken thighs. I have the satay wrap. I have some shredded cheese and some avocado. And depending on my carbs for the day, sometimes I might have 2 wraps. If not, I'll just have 1. But I absolutely love having that because I just I warm up the tortilla, I throw everything in the wrap, and I have lunch in like 3 minutes, 5 minutes max if I'm just being slow. But yeah, I think having some sort of wrap at lunch with these satay wraps has been my go-to. And then I was thinking if I get tired of the chicken thighs, then maybe I'll do some ground beef. I'll make little tacos or something, little ground beef, avocado, cheese, or shredded lettuce, all those different varieties, but always with some base of some sort of like wrap. And I just love the satay cassava flour wraps. But yeah, I'm gonna wrap up the grocery haul here. I'm actually gonna wrap up the day here because in a couple minutes, I have to hop back online for some meetings. And I just also need to quickly eat something before I sit back down. I have to walk my dog. But I hope you enjoyed the video. I want to take you along on some of these little adventures. I'm sorry I couldn't film too much because I personally don't feel comfortable filming in any sort of medical facility. But I can't wait to bring you along on this journey. I can't wait to show you the foods and the meals that I'm eating and just the steps that I'm taking to really work on improving my health. I'm still taking tirzepatide. I'm going to be doing a separate video on that. That will be coming out in the next couple days. I don't think it'll come out before this one. And if it does, then I'm lying in this video. But I'm going to do a separate one on that because there's a couple things that have slightly changed since I last talked about my dosage and how I'm feeling and just like what the next steps are. But I'm so incredibly excited to see what my results are from that blood work. I'm not putting all my eggs in a basket like it's going to tell me something amazing or tell me something bad. I just think it's like, it's the start. It's the start of something new for me. It's the start of, you know, the shift away from such a focus on the number on the scale to these other metrics, from the blood work, from my in-body scans to something as simple as waist circumference, because I'm tracking my waist circumference. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a comment below. What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on my meals for this week? I would love to hear, you know, what you guys have planned out, any recommendations, ideas. I love, you know, the community that we can build. And I love being able to hear, you know, what's working for each and every one of you. So leave a comment below, but I will see you in my next video. You guys enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.